That's right. You read the title right. It's not clickbait. Granblue is back, baby.
You can't see me, my time is now.
What's up, Granbluers? It's been so long since I've said that, whoa. I hope you're doing good and this finds you well, but to get to the point, Granblue Fantasy Relink hasn't forgotten about their players. They've been slowly cooking and working on new content for the game, and that's coming to us in the form of Endless Ragnarok, a DLC expansion of sorts. I'm in the middle of doing my Enfield dailies, shout out Enfield by the way, it's a lot more fun than I thought it'd be, and this news broke out in the form of Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. For those of you that haven't seen the trailer, I'm gonna let it play out in full, and then I'll come back with some analysis and discussing what's actually showing up in this DLC expansion of sorts for Granblue Fantasy Relink.
When the world ends, the sky shall burn crimson, lighted by wrathful flames of the gods.
Show us no mercy. If you hope to survive against them, you'll need to be ruthless. Yo! What did I say? Never stood a chance!
Keep formation, Beatrix. Pierce the darkness!
Fight me like you mean it!
I'll help with my summoning powers. Heck yeah! Glad to have you in the ring with us, Lyria. Messenger of catastrophe, rain judgment on our foes!
Prove yourself worthy of the apex. I shall await your arrival.
Ready yourself. By sword and shield, or fang and claw. We will keep this realm safe.
Just wonder if that god is satisfied with its vessel.
So, pretty cool, right? Right off the bat, the first thing that's going to stand out to most people is the new characters, I'd assume. From what we can see here, we'll be able to play as Eustace, Beatrix, Galanza, and Magliel seem playable too from this footage. I'm sure if you're curious, you can check out their fights and theorycraft what moves they may or may not have. These are probably all of the characters if I had to guess since it's 4. Hopefully available at launch instead of drip-fed to us, but let's just say that they are all playable at launch, then maybe there's a chance for more characters down the line. Perhaps Beelzebub if they wanted to. I don't see that happening, most likely he'll just be a boss like Lucilius, but you never know with Granblue. He was playable in the fighting game at least, so there's that. There's also more news on their website which we can check out together really quick. Okay, what's up guys? I'm recording this off script, so I can just give raw impressions on the trailer and whatnot, and then also we can go through the Steam page, which has the game description, and also we can go through their website, which I do have open right here. So let's start with the trailer real quick. I mean, they're just recapping the story right here from what I remember. Yeah, a lot of this was just footage from the base game. None of this has like really changed too much. It still takes place in the Zegegrande Skydom though. It says that somewhere over here, I believe. Yeah, right here. Okay. So we're not going anywhere new necessarily. It's still going to take place in this corner of the world that we've already been in. And then we can go through the website stuff later because I'm kind of interested in the character stuff for the most part. Okay, this right here is new. I don't know what this is. These like rifts. I guess we'll see. It'll probably take us to like new areas, maybe some kind of boss fight or like a challenge. I don't remember what this enemy's called, but I do remember this is from the base game. It just looks like an altered version of something in it. Maybe it'll be a system similar to Apex monsters from Monster Hunter, where they're like slightly altered, a little more aggressive, do more damage. But who knows? This right here, I mean, you can tell by looking at it, it's going to be some kind of roulette machine. They have this in the mobile game, and I don't know if they've ever had this in the fighting game. I think the fighting game does have some sort of gacha system, but it's not like this. The roulette in the mobile game will just give you like more rolls for characters. They usually put this out every anniversary or so. And I believe also for the holiday season, they do it twice a year. So maybe they're going to have something similar where like every few quests you can get some kind of reward system. That's why we see the chests here. And this will give you some kind of materials or something. That's all I can guess on. But we'll see. We'll see when it drops. It could just be rupee for all we know. Okay, and the first character they show, Beatrix. Beatrix is so cool in the fighting game. If you haven't played Granblue Fantasy versus Rising, I definitely recommend it. It's super fun. simple to pick up. But right here, so in that game, and I assume also in the mobile game, I actually don't have her in the mobile game, so I couldn't tell you what she does specifically, because I haven't, like, looked at her kit. She has a time stop gimmick, though, in Rising, and I really hope to see that incorporated here in some way. I'm not sure how it's going to work, especially with Link Time. Maybe it'll just be something she gets during Link Time, like that'll be her gimmick or something. But regardless, just seeing her in the game is so cool. She's such a fun character, man. So I can't wait to see what they do. Her moves look sick. She looks like she's gonna be fun to play. When they showed Eustace, I was like, okay, I mean, I kind of expect it. He's also a pretty popular character. He's in the fighting game too. He is dope though. In the fighting game specifically, he's more of like a trap character, I want to say. Not specifically, but his neutral revolved around throwing the grenade out and then pressuring opponents with like his fast frames. Right here, I mean, like most of the range characters in the game, he can play at a distance, obviously. We don't get too much of his footage or anything. But, oh man, dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to, like, play around with the new characters. That's the thing. So, like, when the game dropped, I made this video, basically just discussing, like, my problems with the game and whatnot. And, I mean, it didn't, like, really go anywhere. It's not, like, super popular or anything. But I do stand by a lot of this stuff. But when I do see new characters, especially ones that I personally like, getting added to the game, it's always going to be fun to mess around with them. Like, I mean, bro, I play gacha games, so it's similar concept. You get a new character, they're just fun to fuck around with. So scenes up like this would be, it's going to be fun to just mess around with them and see what they do. He looks sick, man. His animations look super cool. Okay, right here, we see Galanza a little bit. I assume he's going to be like a hyper armored demon like Vasaraga, but who knows? We'll see, man. I hope he's fun, dude. He looks like dynamic. In the background, you can kind of see Magliel in his footage, but so I assume she's also going to be playable. That's why I brought her up earlier. But yeah, like we can't really see too much of what she's doing because, you know, his art's in the way. It seems like she's also doing some kind of ability, I assume. I assume that's probably, who knows. Okay, and then this right here was super cool, man. This, they've already confirmed on the website. When I was watching this, I was like, oh, wait, can you control the summon? That'd be sick. It'll be like Final Fantasy 16 in that aspect, where you can control Ifrit. But yeah, they said already on the website, because I took a look at it, that these are player-controlled. Some of them, not all of them. And so right here, I assume this is the actual player doing something, because of the way they kind of run out. It looked like controller input. That might sound weird, but it's like the best way I could put it. Like, he's going in a straight line and then he's like turning. I don't know, that just seems a little player inputted, which is good. I like that. I think this is awesome. Now this begs the question, kind of, they didn't say Lyria is like playable or anything, and she's probably not. I assume this is just a gimmick, like maybe the host can do, or like any player can do, maybe once per fight or something like that. In the mobile game, you fill up a summon meter that takes place over a few turns. So I assume it'll be just like some kind of meter here that will fill up over time, and then you can do summons. You're not just limited to one summon, but you do have like one summon that you'd put in your main slot, and that's like the one that gives you the big effect. So I assume this system will be maybe something similar, like you might slot it into your build or something, and the summon you use might give your teammate a buff, or maybe it's just focused on damage. We have to see like how much they're including with this. According to the website, it seems like it'll be a big point, so I'm excited to see what to mess around with. This to me kind of looks more like a cutscene thing, more than something you're actually playing as, because it's just like the end move. But again, we don't have a lot of footage. This is like all we got. But right after that finishes, we get like a primal burst. So I'm assuming maybe if you use either the burst at the start or at the end, maybe it will change your chain attack to be more like this instead of just the elemental one. And I mean, it shows up in silver text. They don't really show anything else. I assume Bahamut is not going to be playable. Yeah, it's just going to be like that. Like, you'll probably just get like a cool animation, and there will be stuff like that. Okay, right here, this is, I'm assuming, will be the main villain of the Endless Ragnarok expansion, DLC, whatever you want to call it. Bubs is like a main villain of the Granblue story, and he also was for the fighting game as well, so I assume they're just going to follow suit with that here, give him like a cool fight. That'll be exciting. I don't expect him to be playable since Lucilius wasn't playable, but you never know. And then right here, I forgot what this is called. I think this is called like the Tayuatar from the story. Like, okay, so I guess this is another playable summon you can get, and I don't know, it's kind of cool, bro. You can get like a freaking mech and just start going ham. That makes me wonder if Pietà is going to be playable, because Pietà was really cool. That's a super cool fight. So I don't know, we'll see what's up with that. Siete is already in the game. Is this something new? I think that was just Vasaraga, but maybe I'm wrong. No, that's Gandagoza. I'm wrong. Yeah, it's Gandagoza. That is Vasaraga, though, on the side. You can barely see it because it's all blurry, but... and then right here... What is this? That's just Lucilius. So, I don't know. We'll see what's up with Bubs in the story. The story will come when it comes. I don't have any crazy predictions or anything. I am excited for it. We do know the expansion drops on July 9th, so that'll be exciting when that comes out. But regardless, let's look at the other stuff. So, okay, taking a look at the Steam page right here. Let me refresh, make sure they didn't add new content or anything that I'm missing. Nah, July 9th, that's when it drops. And then right here is when they list a lot of the features that are coming with Ragnarok. So right here, I'm excited because they specifically highlighted that not only are they bringing new online co-op stuff, but they're also bringing expanded solo content, apparently. And this right here is probably just for flair, but bringing Endless Adventure to Skyfarers, both new and old, kind of has me excited because maybe they're going to have some sort of like long-term grind you can do. And so it will keep either the online popping for a while, which, by the way, they're bringing crossplay, apparently. That's something we could talk about later. I don't know. I'm excited to see what it is they're going to do. We'll find out more as time goes on. We don't really have too much to go with, but we'll see. So at the start, I mean, they're telling us there's a new story, obviously. I would hope so, since, you know, they're adding new stuff. It's nice to bring a reason for why it's going to be there in the Zegegrande Skydom. And right here, they said refined and revamped. So I don't know if they mean this in terms of like the new game modes, or maybe they're going to change stuff with the actual gameplay. We'll find out as we get closer to release for sure. But my hope is that they lean into like changing the gameplay a bit, maybe adding some build diversity to characters, which is something they do talk about a little bit later. Like I said, this was one of my original like complaints about the game. If you want, I'm going to link this video down below and also in the top right corner. So if you want to go watch that, see what I was talking about there. I think a lot of these complaints still hold true because with the 3 content updates I believe they didn't really change too much. The new characters were fun for sure, but it wasn't like enough to, I guess, motivate me personally to just want to sit there and like grind everybody out necessarily. I haven't played the game in a while. We can check my Steam actually real quick. It's been, how long has it been since I've played Granblue? Last play today apparently. Okay, that's cap. I downloaded it today, but I haven't been on the game yet, so I don't know. But whenever the last time I played it's probably been over a year at least though, for sure. Okay, so back to the Steam page. Right here, this is just talking about the story and what's going on. And just, yeah, Beelzebub's the main villain. They say it right here, so that'll be cool to see. Now, right here is where they talk about the summon system, so I'm excited for this. During their journey, players will unlock the ability to equip and call forth summons, adding a new dimension to battle strategy. Once channeled by Lyria, so this is why I don't think it's going to be Lyria's playable, because it says 4 players, but then channeled by Lyria, so I assume she'll just be there as normal. And then this will just be something maybe you can trigger once per fight or every so often. Maybe you can lean into it and actually like build for the summons. I don't really think they're going to do that because I assume the summons are going to be like some grand spectacle and they're going to be like a turning point in the battle, like a momentum shift for the players. So it'll probably just be something you do maybe once or twice and then that's about it. So I wouldn't expect this to be something you can lean into too much. Maybe they'll have different summons that can do different things. Like you'll have one that you do occasionally, it becomes part of your rotation or something. Or who knows, we'll see what's going on. In the mobile game, the way you use summons is some of them are like nukes, for example, but you can also use some that are specific for certain build setups you have, whether with the weapon grid or they will buff certain elements and whatnot. So maybe we'll see something like that here, and then maybe it will play into like, you know, changing up your party composition or just how you might play some of the characters. I don't really think they're going to do anything too crazy with it. I expect a lot of them to just be like damage nukes, and then they'll do something with the chain attack, but who knows, we'll see what's going on. But yeah, it says it right here, some summons can be temporarily controlled by the player, so this will be exciting. I wonder which ones they're going to do for that, and we'll see more as we get closer to release and then when it actually drops. But I think the idea of player controlled summons, I hope it's not clunky. And it's fun. Like in Final Fantasy 16, you get to play as Ifrit at some points, and it is fun, but then there are times where like playing as Clive just feels a lot better. So, and it also kind of reminds me of Monster Hunter Rise, where you used to get to mount a monster and you could control them for a bit and like do attacks with them. It's a fun gimmick, but after a while, it can feel a little like clunky, especially compared to just controlling your human character. So we'll see what they do with this. Hopefully it's fun. I don't I assume it's probably just gonna be like short bursts. It's not gonna be like an extended period where you're just playing as the summon. But I mean, that would be kind of cool. Maybe some players will like that, so we'll see what they do. If certain conditions are met, others will make a spectacular entrance alongside a new type of chain burst, the Primal Burst. So we'll see what's going on with this. And right here is where they outline a lot of like the new features that are coming with the DLC. So new co-op quests and tiers, I'm sure most people can assume that. That's not anything crazy. But right here, this is the big thing that has me excited. The Conflux, okay? So it's an all-new solo mode where unpredictable challenges and enigmatic powers lurk within its depths. We don't know anything about that. When they say solo, I hope they mean character solo, not party solo offline with 4 AI companions, because the AI companions, low-key, can put in a lot of work if you have nice builds on them, and it got to the point where, which is something I believe I discussed here with the online, or I know I'm going to discuss it later in this video, obviously, because some of it's scripted and the script will come later. But basically, I kind of don't like how it's more optimal for you to just go offline and you play with the AI party, and they're kind of just so much better than the players because they don't make mistakes, that it's good because you get to just focus on the fight and like you don't have to worry about the AI messing up or something. But it comes to the point where it's like, now it's just, there's no need for me to interact with other people. I can just play offline and chill. So seeing something like this, I hope this is just solo, one character. You get to kind of push them. Maybe it could be like a roguelike styled game mode where there are like certain buildings you can do that will change the way you play a character or something. That could be fun. I'm excited to see what they do with this, and maybe this will lead into the whole quote-unquote endless adventure that they're trying to build into. I don't want to hype it up too much, but I do like the idea of solo modes. I think it's fun. Like, for me personally, I put most of my hours into playing Percival in that game. He is probably still my favorite character to play, even with all the new additions and stuff. I like playing Siete a lot too. He was really fun, but in general, I'm just kind of like a one character kind of guy for the most part when I play a lot of games. So this to me sounds exciting, and I hope it's fun. Maybe it'll give me a reason to start enjoying some of the others a lot more, but we'll see. And then right here, the introduction of master traits to push characters beyond their limits. So we have like the character-specific sigils in the game currently, and also they added sigil specifics to the Lucilius raid. Maybe this will be some form to like kind of change the way either you play a character, or I assume it might just lean more into like what the character's gimmick is. So again, with Percival, his gimmick was the charge attacks. Like, you would do a skill, it speeds up your charge attack timer, so you'd go into a charge attack and then rinse and repeat that over and over. Maybe this will just lean more into that, or maybe it will add new things to the characters, like maybe some kind of new gimmick they can play into or something like that. Because like, for example, with the charge attacks, one of the really cool things you can do with it is you can parry. Kind of like Yodarha's character skill, he can also parry. But you don't really do it that often because it's a very slow charging move in general. So you kind of just use it for the damage, especially during like Link phases. And you would never really use it for the parry except for like a one-off here and there. But it's like they have little things in the game that were so fun that just weren't expanded upon enough that, I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do with this. I don't want to get too hype over it because how simplistic the characters are in a lot of ways. Like, you kind of just will find one playstyle, like let's say it's spamming charge attacks or spamming abilities, and then that's how the character plays. And then if you want a different flavor of gameplay, you would jump to a different character. So I'm kind of hoping they will do a little bit more to maybe make a character exciting beyond just one singular path. Will they do that though? I don't know, and we'll see. Summons to expand on tactical options. So right here, this has me interested because we'll see. Like, this might change up party compositions, like I was saying earlier. That's kind of what I'm hoping it will do. Maybe just add some more depth or like thinking to preparations you do for fights. That could be exciting for sure. All these features and more. So we'll see what they have that they haven't revealed yet. And then right here, this is probably one of the most exciting things for a lot of people. I know it's exciting for me because I have friends who bought this game on PlayStation, can't play with them, but now you can. They're adding crossplay to the game, so that'll be really fun, and hopefully it keeps the online going for a lot longer. Hopefully they make actual changes to the online that will keep people engaged besides just, the novelty of playing together. By the way, one of the things that isn't listed here but is in the Switch trailer, I believe, it's on their website for sure though. I know that it's down here somewhere. They have local co-op now for the Switch 2 version, so if that's something you're interested in with playing people in person, if you buy it on Switch 2, it's only for that platform is what it's looking like. according to their website at least. And I mean, that's exciting though still. I think couch co-op is an awesome thing, so I'm glad to see more games have it. That's a W right there. And right here, it says, obviously, it's just an upgrade kit, so if you buy this, it'll upgrade your base game. Now, okay, right here, this is what I was interested in. What does the special edition come with? Because I haven't looked at this yet myself. So, you can get weapons, character color packs, emotes, okay, and the following content. So you'll get Ragnarok upgrade kit, special pack, Granblue Fantasy Relink DLC collection. I assume what this means is if you buy the special edition of Endless Ragnarok, you will get all of the DLC characters. Maybe you'll get like tickets to unlock them faster at the start, so you don't have to go through the game and do that. We'll see. Yeah, DLC collection is a collection of previously released downloadable content for Granblue Fantasy Relink. Items are sold separately. Okay, so you can just buy those if you want. And then right here we have the system requirements, which I'm assuming are the same as the base game. I don't think these would change. And that's dope. And then we can look at the website real quick. So right here, they have their own page for it now. And as we go through it, we can see what's up. Relink to Ragnarok, the exhilarating action RPG source to new heights, yada yada yada. Online co-op, this is a lot of the stuff that was just on the Steam page already. Yeah, that's the exact same description. This is going into the story right here. Okay, more to master, more to play. It talks about the character stuff and summons to expand on gameplay. I'm really excited to see what the summon system is like, and also what new progression systems they're adding for characters, because I'm hoping it will take a while to max out maybe these mastery traits or something, since it'll give you more time to play with your character that you probably haven't played with in a while, instead of it just being like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. And also I'm hoping for the story mode, I'll actually be able to, I don't have to like play as Gran or like a specified party. I can kind of use who I want. Oh, right here. Okay, so this footage wasn't in the trailer, so I guess they are going to show stuff here that's on the trailer. That's cool about the website. It's showing the co-op, and we saw a little bit of Magliel gameplay, which I'm positive was not in the trailer, because I don't remember that. So we can see what's up with that. Man, Eustace looks sick. Galanza, he looks alright. I think she looks probably more interesting out of the two. Yeah, especially with all this like sword flying stuff. She looks like she'll be a fun caster for sure. Galanza, I don't know if I'm too excited for him, because Vasaraga's playstyle is like kind of fun sometimes, but then also it's like very hit or miss. I kind of like when the character's a little faster personally, but I mean, I'm gonna try him out for sure. I liked him in the story. I like his fight a lot. His fight's really fun for sure. So characters right here, I don't think they're gonna show anything new that they didn't reveal in the trailer, obviously, but yeah. And then it just goes into the upgrade kits, like what comes with what, I assume. So wait, hold on, bro, if you okay, if you pre-order it, you'll get a supplementary damage 5 sigil. That's funny. And a war elemental sigil. So if you want, these are really good sigils to have. So if you care about that and you don't want to do the grinding for them, you could just pre-order this. That's something that a lot of players were grinding for when the game dropped. It's one of the biggest grinds because these are RNG, and you want these. Like, they're huge damage boosts. So you can get on PlayStation or Steam. I guess they haven't changed the platforms at all. It'll just be the same stuff. But yeah, that's about it for what they've shown off so far. Let me show you the co-op. I believe it's right here. Yeah, Relink's co-op combat reaches new heights with crossplay and local co-op for the Switch 2 version. So if you want to play with people in person, Switch 2 is the way to go. I think it's awesome that it's coming to Switch 2. More platforms, the better, for sure. And I do hope Switch has crossplay with other platforms. I assume it will, since it's saying crossplay across all platforms. So it'll be nice to be able to play with more and more people and just get a bigger community for the game going, because it's a genuinely great time, and the online was super cool. So yeah, that's about all I got to say for the analysis. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me. If you've seen any of my videos before, then you'll know that while I love this game, I did have a few gripes with it that I hope they're going to address here. One of my biggest issues was the purpose of online play dwindles out somewhat fast if you're grinding, because you can just max out 4 characters and the AI does the mechanics so well, it's optimal a lot of the time to run content with your maxed out party instead of doing it online. But likewise, the incentive for helping random people isn't there, either through a quick quest or searching for specific quests to band together. Of course, as the DLC first drops, this won't be an issue with the hype and new things to experience with the community, but I genuinely hope they can reiterate on some systems such as the medals, My suggestion was to give more golden medals for those entering quick quests, as usually these put you in quests that need players and nobody's queuing for that content aside maybe someone who's new to the game. Giving endgame players a reason to interact with people just getting started is great. The game already has a scaling system in place, and giving them a slight reward for helping out, maybe either sigils or something to trade in for in the endgame farms, while helping new players would be a win-win for both. Sure, maybe this could be abusable as an easier farming method, but who cares? The point is to have fun, and if there's a way to get everyone involved, I think it's just a net positive for the game. It's been a while since I've played myself, but if you want a video where I discuss my gripes with Granblue Fantasy Relink, you can check out this one that I made back in March of the game's launch year. Another thing I'd love to see is some form of build diversity. Now, I'm not going to really expect too much because the mobile game and the original inception of Relink has everyone building for DPS. There was no reason to build for anything else really. Maybe this will change with Endless Ragnarok. I'd love to be surprised, and there is some stuff on the website, such as mastery traits and summons, that might lean into what I'm asking for here, but who knows. At the end of the day, there's a meta in every game if it can be optimized, and you can't help that. But seeing the game make some tweaks to how we build characters or change how we think of them would be really fun for the game. Naturally, I hope we get some fun boss fights. Seeing their designs though, I'm confident they can pull this off, alongside some banger soundtracks and a good story. Granblue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok has me excited for the future. I'm sure it does for you as well, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. I never got to finish my coverage of this game because I felt a bit burnt out making guides the way I was, but I really missed the good times this game brought me and would honestly like to return to making some content for it. If that's something you're interested in, please let me know. I might end up doing it anyways for the hell of it, but genuinely, it's so nice to see Granblue back. If you're excited for Granblue, would like to see more content for the base game up to launch, or in general are looking forward to the future, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe, but regardless, thank you for your time and stay safe, Granbluers.